cloud for sure.
Recording in progress.
All right, and then I have to tell it to go into the Facebook. So, and short-term memory. How do you do that? Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, if we do it as myself personally, then I can share it from my page into the group and, you know, let's say, what should we do for a description? How
Learn about the
Qigong.
benefits, briefly learn about the benefits of Qigong during perimenopause and menopause. I don't know if you just want to do perimenopause.
Yeah, I've just been doing peri and then slash menopause because it's like one word, right? And share on my timeline, and we're gonna go live.
And experience a brief practice.
Nice.
It'll be like a 15-minute practice, I think.
Sweet. That'll be good. Okay, it looks like it's going. It says it's setting it up. And then I'm just going to send there we go. I'm going to send that into the group so that anybody who's in the group will see that we are going live. And it doesn't want to let me go into the group. Hang on, let's try it again. Facebook, right? It's beautiful. It's a wonderful thing. Hey. Okay, so Qigong is an ancient movement practice that originates from China. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah, from China.
Nice. And you're in Calgary, and we met through Momentum, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell us anything about what attracted you? Like, did you take a course? How did you find out about Qigong? And
yeah. I was studying classic Chinese medicine about, I don't know, 11 or 12 years ago. And I decided to try Qigong about 4 years after I started studying to kind of understand classic Chinese medicine, I guess more to feel it. Because everything felt so theoretical, I decided, hey, I want to try Qigong. It's a branch of classic Chinese medicine. And the type of Qigong that I do moves through the 5 elements. And I was working with the elements in my healing work with people. So I thought I'm going to start practicing Qigong. And once I started practicing, I really noticed a difference in my body, mind, and spirit. So not only did I learn more about the elements and more about the energy work that I was offering people, but I just learned more about nature. I learned more about my surroundings. And I think I also realized that I was probably more depressed than I realized that I was because my mood uplifted. And the other thing I noticed was that my sleep got better. And then the other thing that I noticed was I'm not saying that I don't go to the gym because I do, and I do some cardio stuff, but I was physically fitter. And I think it was just because I was working with my breath and gentle movements and sound, and it was just opening up the energy blockages in my body.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. It's just in my mind, it sounds like you went from the theoretical side of learning about how things work to actually experiencing how things work in the body, which really resonates for me as a yoga therapist, where I did the yoga teacher training, which is a lot about how the body moves. It's not bad to know and study that, but then the therapy part was much more about, applying it to your life in a way that you could really target what is it that you want to work on and where do you want to put your energy in. So you've been doing some classes and helping people, and then recently we started talking about how it helps specifically women with perimenopause and menopause. Do you want to tell us about that? Or?
Sure. I can tell you about that. I actually made a slide, but you know what? I don't know if I need the slide.
I don't know. I like looking at the slides.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay, because
I
the slide
do.
where I talk about the benefits is actually one big blob of words, um, but I'll
Well,
let me just
you can just start at
share
the beginning and see how far we get. Yeah.
Okay. Um, so
Yeah.
navigating perimenopause and menopause with Qigong. Um, so Qigong is helpful as our hormones change in perimenopause and menopause because it helps bring us back to balance. It helps me feel calm and grounded. And that's the reason I do Qigong. The specific practice that I do a style called Spring Forest Qigong, and I move through the five elements. I do this daily. I do the same thing over and over and over again. And with each element, you work on purging the elements, which you work on purging them, and then you also work on raising the vibration of the elements within your being. And with this, we use feelings. So one of the ways that it really helps me is it helps me balance excess anger. It helps me balance excess sadness. It helps me balance anxiety, feelings of anxiety. It helps me balance, uh, I didn't, going through perimenopause, I haven't felt especially fearful. Well, maybe I have anxious, but I
Yeah.
definitely feel more fearful now with the state of events, like current events in the world. It helps me balance fear, and it just helps me balance like overexcitement and excess emotion. Um, so you already touched on the history of Qigong. I don't want to get too much into it. I'll have my email at the end if people can contact me if they want more information. Um, but in Qigong, Qi means energy and Gong means work. So we're working the energy in our body. And what we're doing is, I'm sure most people have heard of meridians. They're energy lines which run through our body. So during Qigong, we're just working on clearing those energy lines so that the energy can run like a river that doesn't have any obstructions in it, if that makes sense, the energy lines in our body. So what we use is breath, movement, visualization, and sound to move stagnant energy in our body. And this works on a physical level, on an emotional level, and a spiritual level. So while you're doing the moves, you could be working interchangeably on the different levels within your being. And this is my big blurb. Sorry, I didn't have time to kind of make it look prettier. But the benefits of Qigong, um, so the practice helps reduce stress hormones, which then improves sleep quality, helps balance out, even helps balance out the extremes of heat and cold encountered during this time. And it just puts everything into balance. There's been studies that have shown that Qigong also helps strengthen bones and joints and can reduce the risk of osteoporosis. Having said that, one woman that I know, she's actually a master teacher in Alberta, is really focusing on a lot of weight training because Qigong wasn't enough for her, but it can help with that. Um, and then the smooth movements also boost blood flow and oxygenate your tissue. So just adding life to places, like getting the flow of energy in all parts of your body. The Qigong can help with concentration and focus because as you move, um, you cue yourself to just connect your breath with movement. And if your mind wanders, you just gently bring it back again to your breath and the movement. So 20 minutes, half an hour can go by sometimes, and I don't even realize that long has gone by. Um, and then the other part of Qigong is the spiritual dimension. Qigong is a healing movement practice. So there is a spiritual component to it, and it's connecting to the universe and realizing that you're part of the universe and that your body is a microcosm of the larger universe. Um, and then just connecting with the elements, it's connecting with the seasons, it's connecting with nature. It's Yeah, it's just a really beautiful practice. Um, and then it's also important to note that while it is possible to offer these potential benefits with Qigong, it does not stop or prevent you from experiencing some perimenopausal symptoms or aging or anything like that, or like what's natural. And it's not a replacement for Western medical care. I practice Qigong regularly, and I still sometimes can get a bit stiff, and I still sometimes can get a bit moody. But what this practice does is it helps me move through the emotions that I'm feeling, if that makes sense. I think yoga probably does the same for you, Jessica.
Yeah, it's very similar in that one thing it doesn't have though is the we're talking about the seasons, and it just made me think maybe that's partially how, because you're kind of going through the seasons and honoring the seasons in a way that that's helping to anchor in, because perimenopause and menopause, it's just another season of life. It's part of nature, and I don't think that we should just surrender and put up with feeling horrible. But there is no, like, it's not like it's a fountain of youth. I have had people, because we were just talking about the back pain that I've been having, say, well, you're a yoga therapist. How can you have back pain? Well, I'm still a human person having human experiences, and having pain in the body is one of those things. The difference, I think, really for me is that once I clued into that I was experiencing this, but I wasn't treating it the way that I would if you came to me as a friend and said, I'm having low back pain. I would
Yeah,
have designed something for you to help with that. And I
yeah,
hadn't done that for myself. And that
yeah,
was a big, like, oh, wait a second, right?
yeah,
I need to apply this to myself as well.
yeah.
And keep it really flowy as far as, like, what feels good, or what I'm capable of one day, I might not be capable of the next day, and honoring that whatever's going on in my body, and enjoying, right? Like, sometimes if I have a limitation, I might move in a different way, and but that's still getting wonderful benefits that I wouldn't have gotten if I hadn't had the discomfort that put me in position to do it slightly differently. So I think
Yeah.
it really is like following your body's cues and where your body wants to go,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
finding
I
what
totally
works for
agree.
you. Yeah,
And
like,
one of the things, like as I said, I practice medical qigong, but I mostly lead the Spring Forest qigong. And the founder of that, he has this saying called "good, better, best," and I love this saying "good, better, best" because what it means is exactly what you were just saying, Jessica. Like, just do it. And some days you might not be as flexible in terms of yoga. You might not be able to get into certain positions, but just do the practice because you'll always feel good after you do it. And he says there's no perfect way to do qigong. It's just good, better, best. And it might be better some days than others. Another thing that he says is where the mind goes, energy flows. So I think that's why during his practice, he taught, well, the way I lead it is to focus on positive emotions and bringing your vibration up with the movement, because then the energy will benefit every cell in your body. The energy that you generate with these thoughts and feelings, um, you can really feel it. And the cool thing about Qigong is it can be done anywhere, it can be done anytime, it doesn't need any equipment, it doesn't need any expense, unless, of course, you book a class or something. But it can be done by anyone, any ability. It can be done laying down, sitting up, standing up. Sometimes when I practice, I'm doing my own practice, I might actually feel so tired that I do the practice sitting down. But when I lead it, I always stand up. And you can always do a few minutes, an hour, or you can do even more than that if you want. But it doesn't, yeah, just do little bits and pieces here and there.
and can you say some more about, I'm really, what stuck out for me was the emotional equanimity that you can find, right? Because
Yeah,
a lot of us, and myself included, I've never been so angry in my life as I have been in
yeah,
and it doesn't last for me. Like, I don't stay stuck there for very long, but I really haven't ever had like rage like I have had in the last 5 years. So I started going for rage walks. I don't know if I told you, but I'd be like, okay, I just got to put my shoes on, and I would just walk and walk and walk and burn off that energy until I calm down again.
Yeah.
But for a lot of us, we have, these big fluctuations in mood. So
Hmm.
anything that we can have that's simple and, you know, it's great that you don't need equipment and, you're not likely, it's not like going to the gym where you're going to need to change afterwards.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. So one of the things for rage, I was actually just talking about this with a group of practitioners today. We were talking about uh, how we can use Qigong when we're in like a rageful moment or a sad moment, or we can even use these healing emotions. Like, say we're trying not to snack in between meals or something. That's something that I've done in perimenopause. I've eaten a bit more. And just say you're not wanting to do that. Well, you can, we were saying we can move through these feeling emotions, or even if it's just you don't want to grab that glass of wine or something like that. But in terms of anger, for example, the healing color associated with anger is green. So if you can visualize, because the liver system is connected with the emotion of
Mm-hmm.
anger. And the liver is actually really connected to the heart in Chinese medicine. The liver is where we get our compassion and forgiveness from, which is really interesting. But so for the liver, to counterbalance feelings of anger, you can breathe in a green light.
Mm-hmm.
You can breathe in a feeling of happiness. So just tuning in to like the happiest day in your life, which can be annoying if you're really angry, right?
Yeah.
But just thinking of a happy moment, because when you think of the emotion of anger and then happiness, what is it that happens within your body when you feel angry? It's like upwards energy upwards. So when you're so mad, you just like up. And when you're really happy, what happens?
Yeah.
So the feeling of those two emotions is similar, but one is heavier and one is lighter. And too much of the anger affects the liver system. And so it's important to feel the anger, like you're going to go through that rage,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe breathing in that green light, maybe switching it to happiness, even if you don't feel it in that moment. And then there's actually a healing sound that's associated to support the liver system. And that healing sound is she, SHE. So I don't know if you guys want to right now just do a quick breathing moment where we can hold our livers and
Yeah,
just,
that sounds really good actually, because I do know that this is one that women are really. I've never been an angry person. Do you know what I mean? And now
yeah,
suddenly I'm having this rage over the dinner or whatever dumb thing just happened. And so simple, easy stuff we can try would be great. Love
okay.
it.
Why don't we do that? And then I was thinking at the end we would do like a 15-minute practice, but but this is just something you can do in the moment um, to support your liver system. Or something actually you can do later on to just support your liver system so that your go-to isn't like as much rage, or maybe you catch yourself
Mm-hmm.
when that rage comes up. Because sometimes when you are in that feeling of rage, like I've had that voice inside my head and it's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And I can't control myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say that this would work maybe in the moment. You can give it a try. But I think the more we practice it when we're not in that moment, maybe we can access it in that
Mm-hmm.
moment, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let me just push my chair back a bit. And I invite you to just feel your sit bones on your chair. We'll connect to our breath. And you can leave your eyes open or you can close them. Just do what feels right for you because you need to feel safe in this space. And I invite you to just breathe into your belly with gentle, deep breaths into your belly. And then on the exhale, just imagine any excess energy leaving your body in the form of smoke or butterflies or mist or light. With a few more gentle, deep breaths into our belly. And then on this next breath that you take in, I invite you to just bring your belly in a bit on the in-breath. And then push it out as you exhale. Take a couple more gentle deep breaths like this. Breathing in through your nose. Feeling the air go all the way down into your belly, tucking your belly in. And then as you exhale, breathing out through your nose. And as you take one or two more breaths, I invite you to place a gentle smile on your face to release some endorphins. Now, Master Lin says that smile starts first, start my internal love engine. And then place your hands on your liver system. So just on the right side, it'll be opposite for you on the screen. On the right side and your sort of bottom of your ribs. And just offer some gratitude to your liver. Some gratitude to your liver for everything that it does for you. And this next breath that you take into your belly, I invite you to breathe in the color green. And then on this next breath, breathe in the color green and the healing vibration of happiness. As you breathe in, you can just say, I feel happy. Imagining happiness fill every cell in your body. And on the exhale, letting go of any excess energy, sending it out into the universe where it gets recycled. And as you continue to breathe in this beautiful green light and feeling of happiness and letting go of excess energy, remember if a story comes up, just let that story go. You don't want to dwell on the story. You want to focus on the feeling of happiness. And now that we've got this feeling of happiness as we breathe in, tuning in to a beautiful green color, the color of an emerald, your visual person. On the exhale for 6 times, we're going to chant the healing vibration sound of She, S-H-E. She. And just follow your own breath. She. Now let's try 3 healing vibration sounds in a whisper. One more. And now let's try 3 without making any noise. Just feeling the vibration of chi throughout your whole body, especially underneath your hands where your liver is. Breathing in happiness in the color green. When you're ready, rest your hands on your legs. Just notice how you feel in your body, your mind, your spirit. And then rub your hands together gently, bring some warmth. And then you can massage your face in a heart-shaped pattern, going up the bridge of your nose, across your forehead, down to your chin. Let's do this about 9 times. And as you're rubbing your face, just make sure you do it as softly and tenderly as possible, offering the same care that you would to another person to yourself. That was about 9 times for me.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you could do, if you're in a fit of rage, you probably couldn't do that in the moment now that I think about it. But another thing you could do is something called, it's a move called Trembling Horse, and it's used to scatter energy. So I can lead everybody through that right now if they want. Or we can talk a bit more, whatever you think.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you wanted to show us another, like, want to try to keep it to about a half an hour. So we're at about 23 minutes in now.
Okay.
So,
Why don't I, this will bring the energy back up again, but why don't we do a trembling horse? And then what we'll do after that is I'll do one with you guys. And we'll just do, well, you can choose. There's one called Cloud Hands. And then there's another one called Harmony of the Universe.
oh, Harmony of the Universe sounds good.
Okay. You know
Yeah.
what? Why don't we do both? Because Cloud Hands is actually, you know what? We're going to do 7 steps of a new life because that's actually a technique where you can bring cool or hot air up into your body and pump it up because it's 7 different stages.
Hmm.
So I don't, for me, I haven't really felt that much heat. And I think it's because of Qigong and I don't drink coffee and I don't drink, I like alcohol. I think that's why. Um, but a couple of years ago, what I did feel was so cold at night.
Hmm.
I would get so cold in bed. So this move, 7 Steps of a New Life, that one's actually really good for moving. You can either move like the fire from the core of the earth up your body if you're wanting to add heat, or you can bring in the cooling energy of water if you
Hmm.
want to add some coolness. So why don't we do that? 'Cause I
Okay.
feel like that's more perimenopause, like something you can do to relieve symptoms.
Yeah, a lot of us have that either too cold or too hot and never just right, or, going
Yeah,
back and forth between the two. So, yeah,
yeah,
that would
never
be
like
really great.
Baby Bear, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Was it Baby Bear who was just right?
Um,
The 3 little bears? I can't
yeah, I
remember.
think so, because she ended up in the baby bear's bed. So,
Yeah,
can I do it seated so I can just stay?
yeah, you can do
Thanks.
it seated. You can
Nice.
do it seated.
I'm going to put my
Okay,
glasses on
so
though, because
I'm gonna make
if you're going to
sure.
show, can you go back to the let the slideshow go so we can see your.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you. Okay, I have a mic too, which I'll put on,
Okay.
which will shut you off for a second. I hope
Okay.
that's okay,
Yeah.
because then people can just make sure that we can hear. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we'll just start with there. Okay, we'll just start with some bouncing. And this is a good one to do to just scatter energy. Like when you're feeling that rage, just start with your hands, your whole body, and then scatter it down. So it's kind of like a dog shaking off too, helping to release that excess energy. In this case, if you're releasing anger, release excess anger. And the fun part about this exercise is it always ends up making me laugh, because
Yeah.
the whole point is to jiggle and shake as much as possible. Okay, we'll do one more. Well, just imagine, you're like a puppy just shaking off all that excess water, all that excess energy you add in your whole body. And you come back up. And in a normal practice, you do a bit more purging, but because we don't have that much time, let's move through 7 steps of the new life.
Okay.
So for 7 steps of the new life, we're breathing energy up to 7 points in our body, starting with the navel,
Okay.
then to the heart, then the shoulders, the throat, your nose, your forehead, and the top of your head. So if you're wanting to breathe in cool energy, imagine breathing in water to these 7 parts. And if you're not good at imagining or seeing or visualizing, just say as you breathe in, I'm breathing water in up to my navel. Then you pump it down. And if you're wanting to warm up a bit, you're then breathing the fire up. You're saying that. So let's start. So you inhale the energy, the water or the fire up to your navel, and then exhale it down. And then inhale it up to your heart, and exhale it down. And then up to your shoulders, and exhale it down. And up to your throat. You don't want your arms to go past your shoulders, but your shoulders to stay back and down. And up to your nose, back and down. And then your forehead, down. And then the top of your head. Exhale down. And then if you wish, you can add in your legs. So as you breathe in, start on the left side, and you just point your toe. Breathe the energy up to your navel. And then as you exhale, you put your heel down. And you go to the other side. You breathe up to your heart. Heel down. I'm going to move this so I can see my toes a bit better. Okay, so let's start again. So left foot, toe down. Breathing up to the navel. Heel down, exhale. And toe. Breathing up to the heart. Heel, exhaling down. And toe, breathing up to the shoulders. Exhale down. And toe, breathing up to the throat. And heel, exhale down. And then toe, breathing up to the nose. Exhale down. And breathing up to your forehead, your toe as you inhale, From your heel down, and then the top of your head. Do another round. Go toe, breathing up to your navel. Exhale down. Don't forget to add in the fire or the water. Breathing up to your heart. Exhale down. Breathing up to your shoulders. Exhale down. Your throat. Your nose. Exhale down. Your forehead. Exhale down. And the top of your head. Exhale down. We'll do one more round. Breathing up to your navel. Exhale down. And just remembering, if you're breathing in water, imagine breathing in cool water. Breathing up to your heart. Exhale down. Your shoulders. Exhale down. And if you're breathing in fire, imagining the fire warming up your whole body. Breathing up to your throat. Exhale down. Your nose. Exhale down. Your forehead. Exhale down. And then the top of your head. And now we'll do cloud hands. Last move. Imagine yourself standing on the top of a mountain. In Calgary, we have lots of big mountains. You're in Ontario, maybe the top of a big oak tree or something like that. And you're so high up that you can just see clouds ahead of you. And as you breathe in, you reach out for one of those clouds with your left arm. You exhale the cloud back to your body. To the other side. Exhale back to your body. Reaching for those beautiful clouds, feeling them in your fingers and directing them back towards you. Slowing your breath down, coordinating your breath with movement. As you take these gentle deep breaths, I invite you to imagine that you're scooping up pink fluffy clouds. You know those clouds that appear with the sunsets, winter. I always think of them as pure love. So just imagine bringing in these beautiful pink clouds full of love, filling your whole being with this feeling of the power of unconditional love. Imagining the unconditional love filling every cell in your body. You can take this move one step further. As you scoop up these clouds, when you exhale them back to you, direct this energy to a part of your body that you'd like to offer some extra support to. So it could be your heart system, it could be your nervous system, it could be your uterus, your breasts, your knees, your shoulders, whatever it is. Just imagine sending this beautiful pink healing light. And then for a few more breaths, we're going to add in the healing vibration sound of Om. You can chant out loud in a whisper or just silently. Om. Feeling this vibration in your heart move out to the rest of your body. Slowing your breath down. Let's do 2 more breaths, making sure that it's even, 2 or 3. And bring your hands down by your sides or place them in your lap. And I invite you to rub your belly counterclockwise 9 times. And clockwise. Let's take 3 breaths in of the earth and the sky's energy, imagining just scooping up all the beauty and the love in the world. And then on the exhale, washing it down the back of your body. Helping to clear any more excess energy, your second breath. Washing it down the front of your body. And 1 more. Feeling it move through the center of your body. Taking 1 final breath in, bringing your hands, prayer position to your chest, and thanking power of unconditional love for its healing light, healing energy, and thanking each other in the group for creating a beautiful space for healing together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, no, unplug it.
Yeah, it's very grounding. I mean, I did a body talk session today, so I was already pretty blissed out and relaxed when we started. But I'm like, yeah, it's lovely to be able to do it seated. I've done Qigong before. I did a class with you, and I think I've been exposed to it before in a couple other different ways. So
Yeah.
it's not really new, but I didn't know that you could do it just seated, which is great, or laying down. I do a lot of stuff from seated and laying down in the with the yoga. So yeah, it's so very. I love how you're using your imagination and tapping into the body that way. Especially, I while we were doing the breathing in, I was working with water because I'm too hot right now. Um, how quickly that was effective for cooling me down.
Wonderful.
So I mean, if you had the opportunity to practice that in a way that was, well, you can do it. I could do it at my desk.
Yeah.
You don't have to get up and change into sweatpants and then have a shower after.
No, 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 no. And then just feeling that cooling energy. Say you're even at work or something and you're doing a presentation and you get a bit anxious and then that brings even more heat on. You find yourself sweating. Just breathe in the water from the earth. Just breathe it up your body. If you don't remember the 7 points, it doesn't matter. It's good, better, best, right?
Yeah, I love that too. Good, better, best. I hadn't heard that one before, but I'm probably going to end up sticking that to my wall too. Because every day is just a little bit different. So did you come up with an offering to are you going to do an offering
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
for
I
the
was
group?
thinking, I could do Wednesdays for February if people are interested. Let me see.
Do you have your contact information on your last screen, and then I'll make sure that when I
Yeah,
post
I
this in,
do. I
I'll
have
make
my
sure that all
email
yours.
on the last screen.
Yeah.
Um, so it's there. I think it doesn't matter if I put it in the chat because this is on Facebook Live.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But I
but
can make
it's
sure that your
there.
stuff is that they can find you easily enough, and I'll do your website, and you're on Facebook, so they could
Yeah,
chat with you there as well.
yeah. And I'll I haven't put it on my website, but I will put it on my website. Because I thought I'd just try a class if people are interested in trying it out. Just a 45
Mm-hmm.
minute one, so it doesn't take too long on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock. Is that a time that works for people? I think you said, right?
Yeah, I mean, like it's all over it's all over the place because of where we are in the country. So, it really just depends on. But at 3 o'clock here is 5 o'clock in Ontario, and then I think at the very end of like 7:30 that way. So you just basically have to pick a time and be like, it's at this time,
Yeah.
and
So, 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 so
people
I
that
was
can,
thinking three
yeah,
o'clock on Wednesdays. And
yeah,
if when you email me, you think, oh, a different, maybe 3:30 works better or something. Maybe we can work if people are interested, and then once I got some interest from here, then I'll flush it out to my Calgary people.
yeah.
Because there's really something so beautiful about practicing in a group. We practice in Calgary. I do a class that's not closed on Mondays. It's drop in from 10 to 11 at Parkdale United Church. And we can have anywhere from 12 to 25 people there every week.
Nice. That's so
And it's
great.
really beautiful.
Yeah.
Really, really, really beautiful. I mean, we had 25 after for New Year's resolutions, and now we're down to about 15 or 16. But that it's still a really good group, and it's a really nice group of people.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that makes such a big difference, and this is a great offering for the people who are going through perimenopause and are looking for alternatives, what they can try that effective and easy and simple, and not going to the gym and killing themselves and all of those kind of things to try to be a certain way, right? It's about feeling
Yeah. Well,
better.
and it ups your energy. So then maybe you think, oh, maybe I have enough energy to go to the gym. It just doesn't totally deplete me when I go.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's an excellent point too. Well, Erica, this has been a really great time. I'm glad that we got together, and what I'll do is when it's up on the School of Perimenopause, I will send that to you as well, so you can
Okay.
share that with people. If they're curious about your classes and what you do, and then they have a place to go and actually see you talking about it and doing a little bit of practice. And I find that's really helpful because then people can check it out before they make the commitment to come and see you or to do a class, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be nice. And I think that's it. We're very thorough. I think we covered everything that we needed to cover. And then I'm around if you need to talk to me. Anybody can get in touch with me pretty easily.
Okay.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
always call you back, kind of thing.
Everyone. Thank you, and thank you, Jessica, for allowing me
Yeah.
and inviting me
Yeah,
to
thank you for
share my love
coming.
of Qigong. Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely, and the only way I know how to end this is to actually end the call. So it seems kind of
Okay.
abrupt because I got to say goodbye and then go. But you can get in touch with me and send me a message if you have any questions. And I'm grateful and I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much, Erica, for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye for now.